how you find Southerners doing. Good, I hope. I don't know if y'all know the implications of what's been going on in Israel past few days, but this is nothing but the stepping stones to World War III. And I'm scared that America's going to definitely get drug into this. Sure are. Not because we get attacked, not because our soul gets invaded, but because of propaganda. How do you think we got involved in World War One and World War Two? Yeah. I mean, nobody attacked the United States during those conflicts, did they? Nope. But yet we still got involved. You look at what's going on in Israel right now. Hamas attacking Israel, shooting around 5,000 missiles into Israel, and Israel's counter-attacking and laying siege to the Gaza Strip. And then you got the conflict between China and Taiwan. And China, I guarantee, is just waiting for a prime opportunity to invade Taiwan. And I guarantee you, within 6 months to a year, it's going to happen. And then North Korea and South Korea are escalating their tensions between their two countries. And then also on top of that, you got the Ukraine-Russian war. So only a fool wouldn't be able to realize that World War III is right around the corner. It sure is. And you're thinking, well, oh no, America will never get involved. Never. You know, they're not doing anything to us. Well, the big wigs up there in DC, they want to get involved. Yep. Sure. Because war is money. They get big money. And being that our government and our military is so weak and our country is so divided amongst itself, our enemies are taking advantage of it. Prime example, withdrawal from Afghanistan and that disaster it was. It showed how weak and fragile the Biden administration is, and how weak and fragile our country is at being strong and showing force. Now, I'm an anti-war guy. I don't believe that we should ever get involved in any kind of war whatsoever, not unless we are attacked on our own soil. But there's several things that you got to watch out for during these tumultuous times. The number one thing you need to watch out for is propaganda. Because they're going to use propaganda, the media is, to entice the American populace into agreeing to go to war. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're already trying it now. I was watching the news earlier about how they're saying that Hamas is beheading babies and murdering children and everything like that. Now, how do we know this is true? We don't. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's been children and civilians killed during this conflict the past few days in Israel and Gaza Strip. I'm absolutely positive of it. But the media will use tragedies such as those to entice the American public into going to war. And this won't be no short war. This will be a very long war. And all you folks out there that's got children that are in their 20s, 30s, late teens, they'll be drafted. Because the draft is still in play, y'all. It's still in play. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure that a few years ago they said that they was going to start drafting women as well. So your daughters might be going to war as well. But this is not going to turn out pretty. It's not. How long it's going to last, that's the real question. But when is it going to happen? Damn right it's going to happen. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that America is going to get involved in one conflict or the other. Because right now, with the Joe Biden administration, we've shown how weak our administration is, how weak our response is to any kind of threat. They just blow it off and act like it don't never happen. And like I said, our enemies know this, and they're taking this prime opportunity because America has gotten so weak since the Biden administration has taken over that we're seeing these conflicts pop up all over the world. And I guarantee you, within a year, China is going to invade Taiwan. But you got to sit back and look at the whole big picture of things. Why? Why is all this unfolding? Why is all this coming about now? Well, the reason is next year's an election year. Yeah, next year is the presidential election. And they're going to try to prop up Joe Biden as a defender of liberty and freedom against these conflicts that we got going on in the world so they can build up his popularity. Because the last thing we want to happen is Donald Trump to get in office. It's the last thing they want to happen because Donald Trump will be pushing for peace. And the establishment military industrial complex doesn't want peace. They want war. And they're fixing to get a full-fledged dose of it. So I don't know what to tell y'all to do. I am too old to be drafted. I'm almost 50 years old. They ain't going to draft me. I'm used goods. But your children that are 30 years or younger, the potential of them getting drafted and drawn into this war to fight is very high. The question is, when will America get involved? And by the way that I see this propaganda being put out right now, they're trying to get America already involved because they're saying that American citizens are being killed over in Israel, which I don't doubt they are, dual citizens. And they're going to try to bring that up to the forefront. I mean, you look at Ukraine and how much our fingers are in Ukraine. I mean, we got special operations over there training. They've already been doing the same thing. With South Korea. And I'm highly concerned about how all this is going to unfold for America. It's not going to be good at all. I mean, why is this all happening? Well, like I said, America's weak. We're not strong anymore. We got a terrible administration running things that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, and they just blow it off. I mean, look at Afghanistan, folks. Just look at Afghanistan and the absolute terrible job of withdrawal we had in Afghanistan. And you understand, we left billions and billions of dollars of equipment, tanks, armaments, missiles, everything right there for the Taliban to have full access to. Yep. And you don't think they're not going to use that shit? Well, you're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. But y'all need to pay attention. Don't fall for the propaganda, because that's one of the main things about war you got to be weary of is propaganda, because it's going to be coming from all sides like every other war. Do you realize in World War II that we had a Department of Propaganda in the United States? We sure did. And I'm afraid for people like myself and older people that want to speak out against America going to war, we'll be targeted by our federal government, just like they're targeting us now for being anti-abortion, Christian, Southern, anti-war. Our soil won't never be attacked, but our Constitution will become under attack big time. It's already been under attack ever since 2001 when 9/11 happened. So be prepared, because shit's finna get real in the next few months. And it's going to be all across the globe. And America's going to get stretched thin. And I would not doubt that the whole country would collapse because of how thin we get stretched, dealing with all these conflicts and trying to be the world's police. It's sad, man. It's real sad. Because America used to be peace through strength. And how many conflicts got started up while Donald Trump was president? Zero. Because you know why? Because they knew that our president at the time wasn't going to put up with no shit like that, and he would hit them and hit them hard. Joe Biden is going to sit there and do nothing and let it escalate and let it escalate and let it escalate until we get brought into the war. And that's the whole purpose of it, is the military industrial complex that virtually controls our federal government is going to make it happen. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever. So all I can tell you folks out there is you better be prepared to have some long, hard thoughts and prayers for our country in the next year to come. And like I said, if you have children that are in their 20s, late teens, early 20s, 30-year-olds, you better be preparing them to be drafted, because you can dodge the draft like they did back in Vietnam if you want. Send them to Canada or whatever loophole there is out there, as long as you got enough money to do it, because you can get anything done as long as you got enough money to do it in this country. It's just like the justice system in this country. If you're poor and broke and you get felony charges filed on you, regardless if you're guilty or not guilty, you're 90% going to be found guilty in a court of law, because you don't have the money to pay for the proper defense. You know, people say that the justice system's racist. All this conflict going on around the world is intentional. And it's built up by the military industrial complex. And I hate to say it, but World War III is coming, and America's going to be getting involved one way or another. I mean, they're already getting involved in Israel. Yeah, they are. So take my warning if you will, or think you can laugh it up all you want. Well, oh, he's crazy. But time will tell. Time will tell. Appreciate y'all watching. Thought I'd give y'all a shout out there. Appreciate y'all watching. Thought I'd give y'all a shout out there, let y'all know what I feel, about what's going on. Y'all don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my page about what's going on. Y'all don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my page, and I greatly appreciate everybody watching my channel. Don't ever forget, God bless Dixie.